Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The Houston Rockets have had a phenomenal offseason thus far. Recently, Clint Capella, DFS, but most importantly, and more important, notably, Kevin Durant in exchange for Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, some draft picks. Kevin Durant changes every single thing for the Houston Rockets, and I'm going to show you a few clips last year, Kevin Durant with the Phoenix Suns, of why it was evident in the regular season, especially like big-time games, OKC, etc., but it was wildly apparent that in the playoffs, the Houston Rockets needed a closer. The perfect scenario would have been Jalen Green being the Houston Rockets closer, like he was kind of hopefully going to be, like I said, but it ended up not working out. And Houston says, we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to ship Dillon Brooks, Jalen Green in exchange for our closer in Kevin Durant. Amen Thompson, Alperen Şengün, Tari, Jabari, Reed Shepard, Freddie Double V. The list truly goes on and on and on about the Rockets' young talent and just talent in general. But Kevin Durant truly changes everything. He is exactly what the doctor ordered, and let me show you why. This is the first time I've ever done this in the NBA. What we have on the screen here is we're going to go through like 3 different Kevin Durant plays from Phoenix this past season just to re-illustrate my point. A really good comparison, not necessarily player-wise, is what Chris Middleton provided the Milwaukee Bucks when they won the national championship a few years ago. He, obviously wasn't Giannis, and once again, I'm not trying to compare Chris Middleton to Kevin Durant, but the point just is Chris Middleton in that final series, but the playoffs, whole playoffs, he was the Milwaukee Bucks closer. And just to kind of riff off that comparison, Kevin Durant would be Chris Middleton. No disrespect, no shade to Chris Middleton, but he would be like 10x of what that was. So the point is, the Rockets need a closer. They need a guy who can get you buckets when you need a bucket, and this is just a couple of perfect examples. This one right here, it's 106, the Los Angeles Clippers, to 104 Phoenix's way. I don't think Kevin Durant has his dribble here. There's 12 seconds left on the shot clock. This is just need a bucket, right? You need a bucket, and what is Kevin Durant going to do? Even with some really good defense, he's just going to go up there and get a bucket. This is what he's done ever since the end. He's gotten into the NBA, and it's exactly what he's going to do all the way until he, eventually retires from the NBA. So this next one that I'm going to show you really is just kind of case in point why KD is truly a game changer. And he obviously is. The Rockets were number 2 seed, but you guys get what I'm saying. This truly is the icing on the cake. Let's get to it. But once again, guys, be a little patient here. I've never done this in the NBA. I do want to start doing this for a lot of these Rocket videos. I also am going to do videos on Clint Capella, DFS, or just the Rockets in general. But this clip is, exactly why Kevin Durant is so good at what he does and always has been and always will be. You can see here on the screen, there's 32 seconds left. Regular season game against the Milwaukee Bucks. They are down 2 points, and they need a 3, or they at least need a bucket. So you're going to see KD go up against Kyle Kuzma and just get a simple, easy bucket. This is like clockwork for him. This is just an open gym. He's so tall. He's so lanky. That's another thing I really want to make, and I'm going to make maybe our next Rockets video later this weekend, probably on the length this team has. Even before the Kevin Durant move, this team had insane length, but now you got Clint Capella, you got KD, you got DFS. The length is truly, it's insane. I saw that one guy saying the Rockets have no wings, and it's like, oh, actually, here's like 7 of them. But this is, hopefully, this is what the Rockets needed at every point at the end of the game, or most of the games against the Golden State Warriors in the playoffs. Let's get to our final one. Then special, and that's kind of the point here. Is it's 103 to 90. They've got a lead against Denver once again, obviously the regular season, and this is where you put your foot on the gas and you just make sure no comeback can happen. And Houston did a really good job of this in the regular season, but once again, like we all saw in the playoffs and like we keep talking about, it just didn't happen in the playoffs. I might have accidentally butchered those words and said it flipped, but you get what I'm saying here. Houston needed this, whether it was from Şengün, Jalen Green. They needed a bucket getter when buckets were needed, and this is just KD in ISO doing his thing, and he will do this hundreds of times for the Houston Rockets this upcoming season. So those are all the clips, but let's get to the outro here. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I can already tell because I just made the video of how raw that was, but hopefully you get the point. Everybody knew the point of how big of a deal Kevin Durant is going to the Houston Rockets, but this truly is so exciting. We've already done a couple of live streams talking about, losing Jalen Green and even Dillon Brooks, but the trade happened. It is what it is, and as much as everyone, I assume, myself included, will always root for Jalen Green for the rest of his NBA career, you can't not be excited about this. This is very exciting. So everybody hit that like button, hit that sub button. If you guys want more videos like this, let me know down below. Definitely going to start making as many Rockets videos as we possibly can moving forward, getting back into the NBA. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Peace.